Hello and welcome to How To For You. Today I'm going to show you how to install these body side molding kits on a 2017 Toyota Rav4. This is for any 4th generation Toyota Rav4, so that's from 2013 to 18, and you just want to follow these steps. So the first thing you want to do is you definitely want to clean the surface of your car. I just washed this car. It's still a little wet here and there, but I buffed down the part that's important. The body side molding goes along the middle of each side panel of the door, just kind of like this reference here in this photo. So what you're going to want to do is you are going to make sure you want to clean it and get a nice clean surface for the tape on the body side molding kit to stick to on the side of the door. I would highly recommend cleaning it. If you don't clean it, there could be some dirt and debris between the surface of the body side molding kit and the paint of your car and the car door, and you don't want that. You want to have as clean of a surface as possible so for it to adhere properly. So first thing you want to do, clean your doors, and then I'll show you what to do next. So for each side of the body side molding kit, as the picture was referencing, and if you go for the OEM part, there's 4 pieces. I'm on the right side, or the passenger side right now, and you want it where the angle looks like this for the rear passenger and the front passenger like this one. So make sure that you get them in this correct orientation. After that, you'll want to get yourself some painter's tape and a measuring tape. Make sure you definitely have each of these, and then I'll show you what to do now. And a great reference on that photo is we want to essentially make sure that we're in between this panel here of the door. We want to go in between this edge here and this edge here. You're going to want to measure, find that center, and then have it come right up to the edge here. So that's where I would start. Measuring from this edge down here to the top, it's roughly about 26.5, 27 inches. So we want to divide that up and mark a centerpiece. So we'll call it 12.5 roughly, and I'm going to take my painter's tape and I'm going to make a little marking. I'm going to say 12.5. So the top of there is 12.5. So that's our center. Now that you have your marking here, know that that's the center, right? The edge of this tape is the center. We don't want to put it down here. We want to put it up here, and we want to make sure that this center is the center of this piece here. Now I know that there's a slight width difference. We want to make sure that it's centered right here in the middle. We want to do that, and then we're going to want to take blue painter's tape and make a line all the way across on where we want this to be. So you always want to measure 20 bazillion times and cut just once. And I'm just going to take my painter's tape here. I'm just going to make a line where this needs to go. So we'll take this. That looks pretty good to me. We're going to take this off now, save that piece for later, and use this as a reference. And then it's going to go straight across like that. So now would be the time when you take off your tape, and you want to make sure you get this right. You don't want to be pulling things on and off much. Make sure this is a nice clean surface. And there we have it. There's the rear passenger, and now we're going to do the front passenger. And so once you have the back one on, I think it's a lot easier for reference on how to get the front one. You want to make sure the orientation has this angle coming up. You just want to make sure that you're matching that exactly. And for reference on my vehicle, I feel like if you went by the exact specs, you might want to butt it up to the edge of this door. I have these door edge guards. You know, the whole point of these is to prevent you from getting bumps and scratches. It's more of a cosmetic thing. I think it just makes it look sharper. It doesn't really actually protect it like these. So if you have door edge guards, I would say give yourself still a little bit of extra room here, just in case you need to take it off and put another one back on in the future. So I would just put this here, giving yourself a little bit of space. Make sure that looks all level. It does. And so I am going to go ahead and take these off. That is looking good. Follow the line of the tape. Alright, so we got this side, and just like that, with movie magic, we got the other side done. It's the exact same process. And yeah, I think it looks really good. It gives it a nice, sharp, clean look. I did want to mention one thing. So there is the possibility that you might not get the lines correct. It's always good to take it, get it from different angles. Make sure you're between this piece here and this piece here on each of the panels. And with this OEM part, with the way it kind of comes down, it kind of throw you off. If you somehow mess up, what I would recommend is fix it sooner rather than later. Get yourself a trim tool, easily pry it off, because if you leave it on there and you pull it, you might rip paint. You want to get to it as soon as possible. But yeah, measure as many times as you can. You know, check all these gaps, make sure they look good. I wouldn't butt it right up against, you know, the door edge guards. I'll put a link in the description to these. These were OEM ones, but there's some good aftermarket ones too. So I had to just pull out the car to a level surface just to show you. But here is that picture for reference. What do you think? I think it looks pretty good. So that's how to install it. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.